Yo, what up? What up, dogs? Hang on, I'm thirsty. Hang on. This is actually water. I drink a lot of water. It is not alcohol. I do not drink alcohol. I don't. Because my body is a temple. Unless I have Taco Bell, then it's not. All right. Let's talk about weight. So I get questions from guys who are seriously overweight. They're like fat. They're butterballs. Okay? You guys know you are. And they say, hey, should I really focus on my dating life when I weigh, 360 pounds? Guy's like 5'10" and he weighs, north of 350 or something like that. I'm not talking about overweight guys. I'm not talking about chubby guys. I'm not talking about guys who look like me. I'm talking about big, heavily, morbidly obese dudes. Here's my general answer. My general answer is, and it's a little complicated. My general answer is yes. If you are that heavy, then it's not that you will, well, yes, you will have to work harder in order to get results in your dating life, in your woman life, in your relationship life. You will have to work much, 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 much harder to get results. And so it's almost not worth it. It's almost better to focus your time on losing weight. And boy, do I know about losing weight. Losing weight, getting your weight down to something manageable. You don't have to be skinny. I've never been skinny in my life, and I've done just fine. But you want to get your weight down to a manageable level where you look somewhat American normal, okay? And then maybe start focusing in your woman life. Yes, I think that's a good idea. Matter of fact, that's probably what I would do. I've never been that overweight, but if I was, 300 pounds, 350 pounds, high 200s, and I was a shorter guy. Now, if you're, 6'5" and 200 whatever pounds, you'll look like Penn Jillette and you might be okay. But we're talking about, BMI, right? We're talking about shorter guys or average height guys who are just fucking huge. Yes, that's probably what I would do. I would spend a lot of time. I would spend 6 months, a year, whatever it took, and I would lose the weight, get down to something American normal, not perfect, but American normal, and then start focusing on my dating life. That's probably what I would do. Now, a few caveats. That being said, I personally know, and I've personally worked with, like coached, guys who are in that zone, big, fat guys who were able to go on online dating sites. They had to work very hard, but they were able to get results. They were able to date. Matter of fact, there was a guy about 2 years ago, big, fat guy, not chubby, fat. And he would go on websites like christianmingle.com, dating sites like that, more niche dating sites. And he would send a bazillion openers. He had to work very hard. He went on lots of first dates. He ended up with 2 women, 2 MLTRs he was dating. They were not fat. They were normal body women. They weren't ugly. They are, if I showed pictures of these 2 women, I think the majority of you watching this video would have sex with them. So that's their level of attractiveness. They weren't gorgeous. They weren't pretty. You might even consider them not cute, but they weren't ugly. They weren't like fat, disgusting, or horribly ugly women. They were normal looking, cute women that you'd see on the street. And he was able to pull it off. And I forget how much he weighed. I believe he weighed just shy of 200, and he was a shorter guy. He was probably like 5. Don't quote me. I'm not sure about that. I'm sure he was under 5'11". But anyway, he made it work. And I've seen other guys make that work. So you fat guys can get laid. I'm not one of these guys that, if you're really fat, it's hopeless for you. You got to lose weight. No, you can. It's just that you're going to work really hard. So back when I weighed, let's see, 40 plus pounds heavier than I weighed now. Is that right? That's about right. Don't quote me on that exact figure, you nitpickers. But about 40 pounds heavier, I did fine. Now, I wasn't fat. Okay, I wasn't a big butterball, but I was noticeably a lot more chubby now. I did fine. I did well. I dated women who were attractive. I dated women who were younger. I dated women who were hot, not cute, hot. But I had to work, as many of you know, those of you know my history, I had to work really, really hard. I had to spend hours a week, 20, 30 hours a week on online dating, sending out openers, scheduling dates, going on first dates, getting rejected. Back then, my success ratio for first dates was 1 to 10. So I'd have to go on 10 first dates to have sex or a relationship with one woman. 10 to 1. It was brutal. It was awful. I eventually got to 2 to 1, then 3 to 1. So I had to work really hard for years of my life. I wouldn't have had to work that hard had I weighed what I weigh now or less than what I weigh now. Not even close. And the reason I know that for a fact is because when I lost the weight, suddenly my results went up. So I had a decent amount of results, but the amount of work I had to put in to achieve those results went way down. So I didn't have to work nearly as difficult. And a lot of you have written to me about that, comments on my blogs and emails where you're like, hey, I've lost 30, 40, 50 pounds or whatever the number is. And you're like, I don't have to work nearly as hard. It's great. It's so much easier to attract women. Yeah, that's how it works, right? So I'm not saying you can't get sex or a girlfriend or MLTR or whatever your goal is. Okay, if you're seriously fat, you can. It's just that you have to work so hard. And my suggestion would be, if you are really overweight, don't worry about it. Put your dating life on pause for about 6 months, 6 to 12 months, 6 to 8 months, whatever it is, and hit the weight loss thing really hard. Get your weight down to American normal, and then it'll be a lot easier for you to get results. Unless you're just, if you're really hot to trot, if you're just, you can't stand it, you need someone, great, go ahead and start it. Go on the dating sites, hit it hard, hit it hard. You're going to designate a lot of time in your week to work on that, but it can work. Totally up to you.